This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the parents of a man severely beaten react to the verdicts handed out to his attackers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ken Kara, and this is FYI News 13. Thank you for watching on SSPTV or SSPTV.com. Let's get right to our headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. An employee of a well-known Tamaqua restaurant has been arrested by Rush Township Police. 44-year-old Alfonso Picone, who is employed by La Dolce Casa DiMaggio's restaurant in Tamaqua, was arraigned before Judge Stephen Bayer on felony charges of dealing in proceeds of unlawful activities, theft by unlawful taking or disposition, receiving stolen property, and theft by deception. Police allege that he stole $315,000 from a 91-year-old couple in Lake Hutto, money he promised to invest for them. Earlier this week, we told you that the City of Hazleton is awaiting word of a ruling that will determine whether or not it will have to pay $2.8 million in legal fees. The fees are being sought by the plaintiffs who challenged Hazleton's Illegal Immigration Relief Act. FYI caught up with the man behind the city's immigration law, then Mayor and now Congressman Lou Barletta, for his reaction to the possibility that the city would have to pay the money.
I'm going to continue to fight and make the point that the law that we passed here in Hazleton, the business portion of the law was enacted, and the Supreme Court ruled that it was legal in the Ninth Circuit Court, where the state of Arizona had used the business portion of our ordinance, and Fremont, Nebraska, in the Eighth Circuit, used almost the entire, in fact, a more stringent ordinance than the Hazleton ordinance, and again it was ruled legal. So the Hazleton law basically is legal in the Ninth Circuit Court of the country, the Eighth Circuit, but not here. I think it would be a crime, devastating, if the judges ruled for the city to pay the exorbitant amount that 36 ACLU lawyers used to run up the bill here to try to teach Hazleton a lesson. The ordinance was never enacted. There was no harm done to anyone, although it paved the way for other areas of the country to try to fight what the federal government has allowed to happen. So again, we're going to wait and see what the judges rule, but I don't think the city should have to pay.
The decision in the case will be rendered by a federal magistrate. Yesterday, we told you that two men charged in the 2013 beating of A.J. Gorel of Hazleton were sentenced in Luzerne County. 28-year-old Ronald Tavares received 6 months house arrest and probation, and 31-year-old Roberto Plasencia was sentenced to probation. Yesterday, FYI's Lisa Sugar talked with the parents of A.J. Gorel about the sentences.
I'm very pleased to be joined by Andrew and Carol Gorel. They are the parents of A.J. Gorel, who was seriously beaten back of March of 2013. And just this week, the two men who were charged in connection with that beating incident were sentenced. I'm here now to talk with the Gorels for their reaction. Mr. Gorel, you were in the courtroom when the sentencing took place?
Yes, ma'am, I was. We were briefed by the district attorney's office before we went to the sentencing that we kind of knew what was going to happen. We knew because of the state law that these men had no previous record. The crimes that they committed were all misdemeanors. So we kind of figured that they were going to get probation or something similar to that.
So you were expecting what came, and you figured it was the best that could have come out of all of this?
Well, we thought it could be even worse. We had to send an impact letter to the DA's office, which the DA read and gave it to the judge. And he said because of the impact letter that we sent, it did make a difference on the judge's decision, going like with the 1-year probation. He could have went, less than that, but he went to the maximum of 1 year. So the letter did have a lot to do with it.
And Mrs. Gorel, then you were in the courtroom as well. Yes, so you were pleased, and your son was there as well.
Yes, all three of us were there, and we made it. That's all I could say is we made it.
Now your son, AJ, doing pretty well.
Yes, he's doing excellent. I don't know if I can say this on the air, but since we moved him back here to Hazleton, at St. Luke's Pavilion here in Hazleton, that changed his life. Them men and women in physical therapy and whatever. The first day, the second day he was there, he was walking. He weighs 180 pounds now. He does everything himself. He dresses himself, goes to the bathroom by himself, in and out of bed, watches TV. So St. Luke's changed his whole life. There's no doubt about that.
And Mrs. Gorel, you tell me prayer, lots of prayers.
The power of prayer does everything. That's right. It helps an awful lot. Yes.
Well, we are so happy for you that your son
very
is
much.
doing well. I want you to please give him our best. And we hope to only have consistent, good reports on how he's progressing, and hopefully your lives can get back to normal.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything that Channel 13 did for us, because we're always on our side, and we appreciate it very much.
Well, again, our thanks for talking with us
Thank
today.
you so much.
Thank you, Lisa, for that interview. In other news, on this Thursday, a Hazleton church was burglarized, a church located right across the street from Hazleton City Hall. According to city police, the burglary occurred sometime between yesterday and today. A person or persons entered the Christ Lutheran Church 210 West Green Street and stole hand tools and church equipment. Anyone with information on the burglary is asked to call city police at 570-459-4940. And Hazleton police are looking for the people responsible for robbing a woman yesterday in broad daylight. According to police, the suspect forcibly took an unknown amount of money out of the hands of an adult female while in the area of West 1st and Alter Streets around 2 p.m. yesterday. The suspect then ran west on 1st Street. The victim was not injured. Now, the one suspect that was involved in this case is described as a black male, possibly in his teens, wearing an orange shirt and blue shorts. Anyone with information in the robbery again is asked to contact Hazleton City Police. The United Way of Greater Hazleton braved some troubled waters and raised over $650,000 in their annual campaign. They announced a total of $653,304 at their annual meeting that had a nautical theme, including their Christmas and Easter community dinners and their Dolly Parton Imagination Library program. The United Way helped the community out to the tune of $713,086 during their campaign year. The organization's CEO, Pat Ward, credits his hardworking staff with helping them raise the money during another difficult financial year.
It's a twofold issue. There are a lot of hurting people in this community. And what happened since September when we kicked off the campaign, there were another number of businesses and plants that regularly contribute to us that downsized, went out of business, laid off their employees, or terminated their employees. So in some instances, Kenny, folks that were once contributors to our United Way are actually now clients of some of our agencies. But it's been a tough time, but because of the dedication of United Way volunteers and the hard work of our staff, we've managed to pull through again, and most importantly, we'll be able to fund these programs for another 12 months.
The Greater Hazleton United Way helps support a number of local agencies who help others. The top corporate contributor to this year's campaign was Fabrical, and the top employee campaign went to PPL. And I kind of buried the lead with this story, but one of the prizes awarded by the United Way today was a one-year supply of Jimmy's hot dogs. If that doesn't motivate you to get involved in their next campaign, I don't know what will. You can call the United Way or go to their website to get involved. Well, if you like prizes like Jimmy's Hot Dogs, then listen up. Go to facebook.com/FYI News 13 and like our page to be eligible to win a variety of prizes. And speaking of prizes, tomorrow one lucky Facebook fan will win 2 tickets to see the Axalta We Paint Winners 400 race on June 7th at the Pocono Raceway. So like our Facebook page now to be eligible to win. Don't know if we'll ever have Jimmy's Hot Dogs, but we'll see. Well, after this break, we'll get to another business investing in downtown Hazleton during our weekly Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress segment. And in sports, Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker, joins us on a Thursday. I know it's madness, but it's been a crazy week in local sports, and we'll pretty much hit on everything that's been going on.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Every Thursday, FYI focuses on the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress and the many businesses in the downtown and the revitalization effort that is underway. Today, we're pleased to welcome one of the relatively new businesses to the city of Hazleton, and that is Aflac. And we're pleased to be joined by Jack Martin to my left, who is the District Sales Coordinator, and Doug Borland, who is the Special Projects Coordinator. You recently moved. You are a neighbor of ours, right next door here in the former Hazleton National Bank building. When did you move in, and tell us about your business?
Well, we moved in January, and of course everybody's heard of Aflac, and everybody likes Aflac. You know, we do a good job here, and yeah.
Tell everybody, I guess, about some of the services that you provide at your business.
Well, what we provide to businesses is different than what we provide to employees. To businesses, there's a lot of tax advantages, and to employees, of course, it's supplemental voluntary insurance benefits.
All right. So they're new to this area, not new to the name, of course. What is it like now to be part of this whole revitalization effort that's going on? Because they're trying to revitalize everything, and you're one of the new businesses coming in, so you must be excited about all of that.
Yeah, I mean, we are excited, because, being new to the area, not a lot of people have had the opportunity to really hear a whole lot about Aflac, and that's one of the things, that we're noticing is that, people really are looking for these benefits, and we know with all of the changes that are going on, people want this, and they honestly, they really do need it. So we're excited to be a part of the, the city of Hazleton, and we're, just want to be out there to help people, that's all.
Well, we're glad to have you here as well. What, obviously you have confidence in the downtown to bring them business here. So what do you think of everything that is happening with the growth that is underway?
Well, actually, I'm excited about it. Aflac has district offices in, the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area and Allentown. And when I came here initially and started talking to some of the, the downtown people, George Leitner, it just seemed to be a lot of excitement. These guys are doing everything they can do to grow this downtown area. And I just thought, wow, and then I started doing some demographics, running some numbers, and I'm excited, the industrial parks and different things. So.
Well, if anyone wants any information about your business, where do they call or where do they go?
They would either call me or Doug. They can find me, Jack Martin, 814-594-8187. They can obviously call Aflac, 1-800-GO-AFLAC. They'll steer them towards me.
All righty. Well, we wish you continued success and welcome to the Hazleton area. We hope you're here for a long, long time to come.
Thank you.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The red, white, and blue with a white and blue sky as a backdrop. You have to love it. It's springtime in America. Here's our local forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be mostly clear. Our low will be around 62 degrees. On our extended forecast, as we look at the weekend, Friday will be mostly sunny with a high near 78 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 63. For our Saturday, there is a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Our high will be 76 degrees. Saturday night, showers are likely, and there is a possibility of a thunderstorm. It will be cloudy with a low around 61. Sunday, again, showers likely. It will be a cloudy day with a high of 68 degrees. Sunday night, 30% chance of showers, low of 51 degrees. Monday, another 30% chance of showers with a high of 61. And Monday night, once again, 30% chance of showers. Our low will be 49 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on our green screen. Pick 202, pick 3 500, pick 4 0641, and pick 5 61155. Your winning lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency, with 2 locations to serve you. One location is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and their other location is in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can reach them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683. Come back for Dave Day on the Sportscast next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's Dave Day on a Thursday, and Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, is with us. And Dave, we pushed things back because it's been a very busy sports week. Yesterday on FYI, we had coverage of the Lady Cougars softball team winning their third straight Districts 2/4 sub-regional championship. Standard Speaker had coverage from Eric Schultz, had a great feature side story on Celine Podlesny, pitcher for the Lady Cougars. And Dave talked with the coach after the game, and it was kind of the same after they won the Wyoming Valley Conference. She said, we know our defense is good. We know we get great pitching. We just need hitting. If we get timely hitting, they're very dangerous. And Hope Kinney right now, the catcher, is really doing well at the plate after maybe struggling at the plate earlier this season. But things rolling for the Lady Cougars.
Yeah, their experience, again, paid off for them. You look at a team that's been in so many different playoff games over the last several years. You had a feeling that was going to come into play. Celine Podlesny did the job on the mound after a slow, shaky start. She bounced back, pitched splendid baseball, softball over the last several innings, and the hitting. You get bunch of runs that early in the game, and you have pitching and the defense to go with it. That's a tough combination to beat.
Dave, how much they haven't won a state playoff game yet in these runs that they've made for 3 straight seasons? How much do you think that big game experience, though, will factor into this state playoff run for the Lady Cougars? Does it help?
It certainly helps, especially going against one of the teams that they know they'll be going against, either Lower Dauphin or Daniel Boone, teams that they're familiar with. Of course, these girls have seen them on the travel circuit too, so they're familiar with the opponent that they'll be facing. As far as the Lady Cougars, they'll be more patient at the plate, so maybe the hits will come more. The timely hits that you talk about, that'll be coming to play. And they'll be ready. It's going to be a new experience with a new coach. But the Lady Cougars have talked for the last several seasons about winning a state championship, and that starts Monday.
Let's go to the PIAA Track and Field Championships, State Championships. Morgan Boyle from Tamaqua winning. She took 6th place in the state, so she gets a state medal. Dave, we interviewed her. She's going to be on the next Out of Left Field. She said in her first track and field meet, she threw the javelin 65 feet, and she told her mom, I think I want to go back and play softball. She said it's pretty good. She stuck with it. These athletes put in years of hard work, and to see them come along to make it this far and go to that state meet, you said even with your daughters in track and field, it's hard getting into that top 8.
It certainly is. I mean, you got to be prepared. You got to put the time in. And as far as Morgan Boyle goes, the Tamaqua javelin throwers, again, going back to 2006, they've had at least 1 medal winner each season. That's unprecedented in local track and field. I mean, to get there every year to do that is quite a feat. And for Morgan Boyle to keep after it and maintain that legacy that the Tamaqua throwers have, more power to her. It's a great accomplishment.
Emily Malone, Hazleton area Lady Cougar. She also medals in the 100-meter dash. We'll have more on her tomorrow. Dave, let's wrap things up by wrapping up the Hazleton area Cougar baseball season. It ended in the district championship game on Monday, Memorial Day, once again against Wyoming Valley West, 0-3 against the Spartans this year. You were at the game. What did you take away from it?
That the Cougars didn't hit well enough. I mean, you got to be able to put the ball in play on the ground. When they put the ball in play on the ground, the Wyoming Valley West booted a couple balls. It gave the Cougars some scoring opportunities. We talked timely hitting in softball. Unfortunately, in baseball, it's also a thing that you need, especially playoff time. And the Cougars just weren't able to come up with timely hitting against Wyoming Valley West in any of the last 2 games.
But Coach Gino Cara after the game said this senior group did help bring Hazleton area baseball back. Do you agree with that statement?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, you follow these young men come up through the ranks through Little League, Babe Ruth, Legion programs, and you just knew it would be a special team coming together. Last year they had the crescendo, so to speak, when they won the sub-regional championship. They won a state playoff game for the first time, and there are a lot of expectations for this year. You get the slow start this year because of the weather and everything like that, but you can't discount what they did this season. They won 16 games against a tough schedule. The 1-2 pitching punch of Dante Biazzi and Joey Barron were phenomenal all year. They just ran into a harder team that's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and unfortunately for the Cougars, the season ends, but for Valley West, it goes on.
Well, Dave, we always appreciate your time. We will see you again next week. The FYI Standard Speaker Scoreboard is brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club Golf Course. Enjoy the great weather and Sand Springs' beautiful course. Call 570-788-5845 Extension 1 for a tee time. The Iron Pigs and the Gwinnett Braves finally got their 2 games in. Russ Kanzler went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in the 8-2 loss. The Cunningham Crusher did not play in the Pigs' 4-1 loss. The Rail Riders, they took another one from division rival, the Pawtucket Red Sox, and they leaped them in the standings. $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, St. Jude Parish Center will be holding their International Fest Saturday, May 30th and 31st. Be having ethnic food, live entertainment, beer and wine, plus plenty of games and activities for kids. Kick off the summer in the Grove at the St. Jude International Festival, held in Mountaintop. And one more quick announcement, be sure to save the date for the 4th Annual Wine and Craft Beer Festival, hosted by the Hazleton Rotary Club. The event will be held Saturday, August 15th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Genetti's. For tickets or information, just call 570-501-3700. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. David T. Evans, formerly of Cunningham. Services were held from the Bowers Funeral Home in Texas. Joseph Gansey of Hazleton. Services will be held at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. Mary A. Duro of Freeland. Funeral is Saturday at 9 a.m. from the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. Anthony S. Sudziarski Jr. of Freeland. Services are Saturday at 1 p.m. at the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. Barry William Wittig of Catawissa. Memorial is Monday at 7 p.m. at the Roger T. Bunnell Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. And Carol T. Stofska of Freeland. Arrangements are private and under the direction of the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home.
I'm Julie Ferry, Public Relations Coordinator for FunFest, and today we're going to talk about the spaces that we have available on the street for our local food vendors, for our local nonprofit organizations, and for crafters who may be interested in coming to our event. We have, as you know, a limited number of spaces available based on the footprint of our downtown area. This year, all of our crafters are going to be included amongst our food and nonprofit vendors, which is something new for us, instead of putting them in a separate area. So, limited space available. We do have applications for commercial food vendors, for the craft show, and for our nonprofit organizations available on our chamber website at hazletonchamber.org under the FunFest tab. You can fill them out there, you can send them in, and we'll be happy to get you a booth space. It's a great way for local nonprofit organizations to raise money for their groups. It's a great way for crafters to sell their wares, and it's a great way for our local food vendors to get their product out there, which everyone comes downtown for FunFest for the food. So we've got lots of space available. Get your applications in now and get a spot.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is John Hudak of Frackville. John, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Time is running out for you to like our Facebook page and be entered to win a chance to win tickets to the X Alta We Paint Winners 400. You get what I'm trying to say. So do that right now. Facebook.com/FY News 13. We'll see you on Friday. Take it easy, everyone.